The three main plant proteins that can help with arthritis, reduce inflammation and discomfort. It's obvious that if you suffer from arthritis, you have a cabinet full of medications, but the problem is that nobody talks about how to address it starting from your kitchen. There are effective natural solutions to decrease pain. Arthritis exhausts you. Beyond causing pain, it's exhausting to deal with painful joints, morning stiffness, and suffering that prevents you from enjoying simple activities you used to appreciate. I also want you to know that you have other options, if you've been taught to simply accept the situation. Most people are unaware that your daily mood can be significantly influenced by the foods you consume. While some foods worsen the situation, others can actually reduce inflammation and pain. In addition to being healthy for your body, today I want to share with you 3 common plant proteins that have been shown to support your joints, decrease swelling, and help you feel more fit. They're not expensive health products or miracle medicines. They are simple, inexpensive, and authentic foods that you probably already have in your grocery store. Let's begin. If you're tired of simply managing your arthritis and are ready to start small changes that will have a big impact. To be able to discuss this topic together, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel before starting. Let's talk about lentils. I understand that lentils might not seem particularly interesting. You won't see them everywhere on Instagram food pages, and they're neither flashy nor packaged in fancy ways. However, if you or a loved one suffers from arthritis, this simple legume could become your new best friend, because lentils are incredibly effective in reducing inflammation, alleviating joint pain, and providing your body with the nutrients it needs to feel better. The best part? They don't require elaborate preparation, they're economical and easy to find. Why lentils then? Why are they so effective in alleviating arthritis? Let's start with the basics: proteins. Proteins are essential for the growth and repair of tissues in your body, particularly the muscles that support the joints. Here's where it gets complicated. Many common sources of protein, such as red meat, can make the body more prone to inflammation when you already have painful, swollen, or stiff joints. That's the last thing you want. Lentils, on the other hand, offer all the benefits of protein without worsening symptoms. In fact, they might even improve your mood. This plant protein complements your body instead of contradicting it. However, the benefits of lentils go well beyond their protein content. Another important one is magnesium, which they're rich in, a vitamin that most people, especially the elderly, don't get enough of. However, it has a significant impact on how your body regulates inflammation. Think of magnesium as your body's natural muscle relaxant. It reduces stiffness, alleviates joint tension, and, in some cases, even nerve pain. Magnesium might be what you're missing if you've ever had mornings where no matter how much you stretch, your joints simply won't relax. Then there's potassium. It's more important than you might believe, but most people don't consider it when thinking about arthritis. Potassium helps the body eliminate excess salt, which causes swelling, water retention, and further joint swelling, particularly when consumed in processed foods. It could be the cause if your hands or knees appear swollen. Consuming enough potassium, like that from lentils, will help your body naturally reduce edema and drain excess salt. When edema decreases, pain diminishes. It's that simple. Furthermore, lentils are a powerful source of fiber. What's the connection between fiber and arthritis? Ask more than you might imagine. Blood sugar spikes can actually worsen inflammation. Additionally, your body releases inflammatory molecules in response to foods that raise blood sugar. This leads to more discomfort, stiffness, and joint pain. However, fiber slows down the absorption of sugar in the body, resulting in more stable blood sugar levels throughout the day. Eating fiber-rich foods like lentils helps protect your joints, also providing the body with more uniform and balanced energy, not to mention folic acid, another name for vitamin B9. Although folic acid isn't discussed as often as it should be, it has a significant impact in reducing homocysteine. This type of amino acid is present in the blood, and elevated levels of homocysteine have been linked to joint pain and inflammation. Here's the good news though. consuming lentils daily can help maintain healthy folic acid levels. It's one of those small, invisible adjustments that over time can have a significant impact. You might wonder, sounds great, but how can I eat lentils? The answer is, however you prefer. Even if you don't love cooking, lentils are incredibly versatile and, honestly, rather simple to work with. They can be added to soups and stews to give them texture and substance. You can use some spices, onions, and garlic to prepare a lentil curry. They can even be refrigerated and added to a salad with olive oil and chopped vegetables. Lentils can be used as filling for tacos, wraps, or even homemade vegetarian burgers. If you're trying to reduce meat, you can season them as you prefer, whether savory, spicy, or even slightly sweet, as they absorb flavors well. Here's another thing to love: lentils don't need to be soaked overnight like some other beans and legumes. They're therefore ideal if you need to prepare something quickly. Just rinse them, add water or broth in a pot, bring to a boil, and simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. Done! They're also gentle on your stomach. No strange heaviness or bloating after eating them. Want to increase their effectiveness in treating arthritis? Combine lentils with other foods that reduce inflammation: a bit of lemon juice, a pinch of turmeric, a bit of black pepper, or even a bunch of raw spinach or kale. All these things give your joints additional benefits. By combining these elements, you get more than just a nutritious meal. Your body receives exactly the nourishment it needs to fight pain and stiffness. This is something many people ignore. Small adjustments make a big difference. You don't need to drastically change your diet all at once. Simply start by including lentils in some of your meals each week. It's an economical and powerful step toward better health. And honestly, sometimes the most beneficial foods are the easiest to overlook. Don't forget lentils the next time you're at the supermarket. Grab a bag, try a new recipe, observe how your body reacts, because lentils are actually doing more than pulling their weight in managing arthritis in a healthy way. They're doing more than satisfying your hunger. They're actively supporting your joints, reducing inflammation, and giving you the strength to keep moving and lead the life you desire. It's easy to feel as if arthritis is taking over and your body is against you. However, we have tools to fight, and they don't have to come from a pill bottle. As foods like lentils remind us, they can come from something simple and powerful like what's on your plate. If this scenario sounds familiar to you, leave a comment number 1. If it's helpful, leave a comment number 2. And number 3 if you find this video inspiring. The second place goes to chickpeas. Let's now talk about one of the most undervalued but remarkably effective foods for reducing arthritis. You might know them as the main ingredient in hummus or as those little round objects that hide in salads. However, chickpeas are much more than just a trendy side dish or condiment. These little beans are incredibly rich in nutrients and can improve your overall health in a sustainable and easy way, also reducing inflammation and joint pain. You'll never look at chickpeas the same way again after understanding what they can do for your health, particularly if you have arthritis. Let's start by talking about the benefits of chickpeas. Chickpeas, like lentils, are an excellent source of plant protein. Chickpeas are also a great alternative to red meat if you're trying to avoid it due to saturated fats or the inflammation it might cause. The proteins in chickpeas help maintain and repair muscle mass, which is particularly important if you're elderly or have stiff joints that limit your mobility. Your muscles better support your joints when they are stronger. Consequently, there will be less pressure, tension, and ultimately pain. Moreover, chickpeas provide such support in a plant-based and clean way, without worsening inflammation. However, it's the abundance of polyphenol in chickpeas that makes them truly unique. That word might sound a bit scientific, but it's everything. It means natural substance. Polyphenol work in your body as antioxidants. They prevent damage from free radicals, which are unstable substances that can cause inflammation and damage to your cells. Your body is probably facing oxidative stress if you have arthritis, which worsens your symptoms over time. This is where chickpeas are helpful. Their polyphenol work to give your body a much-needed defense system. They reduce inflammation and protect your cells every time you eat them. It's like putting a little protection on your joints. The magic doesn't end there, though. Chickpeas are also a fantastic source of vitamin C, necessary for collagen formation, something many neglect. The connective tissue that facilitates smooth joint movement is collagen. It works similarly to the cushion between your bones, and that cushion deteriorates. If there isn't enough, you become achy, stiff, and creaky. However, your body can continue to produce the collagen needed to support those painless and fluid movements if you consume enough vitamin C from foods like chickpeas. You're doing more than covering up symptoms. You're actually rebuilding your joints from within. Additionally, chickpeas are a great source of magnesium, one of the most underrated elements for joint health, just like lentils. Magnesium supports bone strength, relaxes muscles, and calms the nervous system, all crucial factors in controlling arthritis. Your joints have to bear greater tension when your muscles are stressed and tense. Magnesium naturally relaxes your body and helps you release tension. It even helps with sleep, something that those suffering from chronic pain may find very difficult. Even your joints receive a much-needed relaxation when your body is well rested and your muscles naturally relax. It would be impossible to talk about chickpeas without mentioning their fiber content. This is truly important. The regulation of blood sugar, which affects more than just energy control or weight, depends on fiber. Simply put, inflammation in the body is caused by high blood sugar levels. Furthermore, eating foods rich in sugar or refined carbohydrates causes your body to react by increasing inflammatory markers, which can worsen arthritis symptoms due to their high natural fiber content. Chickpeas help reduce the speed at which sugar is absorbed. This helps prevent those inflammatory increases and maintain stable blood sugar levels throughout the day. Your joints will feel better, and there will be less inflammation if your blood sugar is more stable. Here's where the fun begins. Chickpeas are very versatile. Hummus is a staple, of course. It's flavorful and creamy, and goes well with both whole grain crackers and fresh vegetables. But don't stop there. You can make a crunchy and satisfying snack that is much healthier than chips by roasting chickpeas with a bit of olive oil and spices. They can be sautéed with colorful vegetables and a teaspoon of turmeric, another powerful anti-inflammatory spice, or added to salads, stews, or soups. Chickpeas also work well as a base for curries and go well with sweet potatoes, avocado, spinach, or quinoa in grain bowls. Thanks to their delicate flavor, they absorb the flavors of the sauce or dressing you use. You'll be surprised to discover how often chickpeas can be used in dishes if you like cooking. Chickpea flour is a fantastic gluten-free alternative that works great in breads, pancakes, and even cookies. Whole chickpeas can be included in a vegan burger patty or mixed into brownie batter. Since they're so filling, they help you stay full longer, which is wonderful if you're trying to control weight and arthritis symptoms. You can be creative with them in many ways. Chickpeas are inexpensive and readily available, another reason to appreciate them. You don't need to spend a lot of money or go to a specialized health food store. In your next grocery shopping, grab some cans or buy them dry in bulk. If you choose to use canned foods, which is perfectly acceptable, make sure to rinse them thoroughly to remove excess sodium. Cooking dry chickpeas at home is simple and can result in even greater savings if you have a bit more time. Either way, you're receiving many nutrients without exceeding the budget. How often should one consume chickpeas then? To start, try to include them in your meals a couple of times a week. Over time, you'll experience greater benefits if you're more consistent. As long as your body reacts favorably, it's okay for some people to consume them daily. Your digestive system will love the fiber, your joints will appreciate the flow of minerals, and your energy levels might even start to feel more balanced. It's easy to feel that everything is against you when you have arthritis, as if your body were engaged in an endless battle that you didn't choose. However, foods like chickpeas remind us that medicine isn't always the answer. Sometimes a handful of legumes added to your dinner can be the source. Yes, they're small, but they have a lot to offer. You have an opportunity to regain some control over your health with every bite. So keep this in mind the next time you plan your meals or scroll through the supermarket aisles. There's more to those little beige chickpeas than just a side dish. They have all the nutrients your joints are asking for and are a powerful anti-inflammatory. Put them in your shopping cart, try some new recipes, and start incorporating them into your daily routine. Your taste buds, your body, and your wallet will appreciate it. If this scenario sounds familiar to you, leave a comment in first place. Tofu comes in third place. Let's now talk about the last of our 3 plant-powered members. And believe me, you might be surprised by it. We're talking about tofu. Yes, tofu. While some people love it, others aren't sure how to use it. However, tofu might end up being one of the most effective foods you can include in your diet if you or someone you care about has arthritis. It's not flashy or showy, but it's loaded with the right nutrients to help reduce inflammation, protect joints, and provide your body with the support it so desperately needs. Why tofu then? To begin with, tofu is made from soy, one of the few plant foods that can be considered a complete protein. This indicates that all 9 essential amino acids necessary for tissue growth and repair are present in tofu. Consider that your bones, muscles, and joints all rely on proteins to be robust and healthy, particularly as we age. Your joints won't have to work so hard when your muscles are strong and supported, as they can better support weight, and every little bit helps when you have arthritis. That support is provided by tofu, but in a gentle anti-inflammatory way that isn't always possible with animal products. However, the enchantment of tofu extends well beyond its protein content. Now let's talk about omega-3 fatty acids. You've probably heard that those heart-healthy fats are excellent. They're also fantastic for joint health. The body produces fewer inflammatory molecules when omega-3 fatty acids are present. This translates to less pain, edema, and stiffness in the joints. Despite the widespread belief that omega-3 fatty acids can only be obtained from fish, tofu is one of the few plant sources of this essential nutrient. So, tofu is a great way to still get the natural anti-inflammatory benefits of omega-3s if you're trying to consume more plant foods or avoid seafood. And that's not all. Calcium, which you already know is essential for strong bones, is abundant in tofu. However, not everyone is aware of this. You need to take more care of your joints if you have arthritis, particularly osteoarthritis. Your bones also require attention. Your entire skeletal system is more balanced and stable when your bones are strong, which alleviates pressure on the joints. If you're lactose intolerant, or simply want to limit dairy intake because of the inflammation it can sometimes cause, tofu offers a reliable source of dairy-free calcium. This is where tofu truly shines. Vitamin D, which complements calcium to build bones and improve absorption, is added to various tofu products. The benefits of vitamin D extend beyond bone health. It also affects how the immune system works and how inflammation is controlled. Many people, particularly those in later years, are deficient in vitamin D without even being aware of it. Arthritis symptoms can worsen due to such a deficit. Getting a bit more from your tofu, so you can feel good about that simple, wise move. But we're not done yet. We need to consider another class of nutrients present in tofu, isoflavones. These are naturally occurring plant substances that work a bit like estrogen in the body and are present in soy. Moreover, they won't cause an imbalance in your hormones. In fact, studies have shown that isoflavones can help people with arthritis feel less pain, have more flexibility in their joints, and reduce inflammation. Some studies have shown that regular soy consumers have better joint function and reduced stiffness, particularly in patients with rheumatoid arthritis. Whatever you cook, the flavors will penetrate the tofu, lemon juice, ginger, garlic, soy sauce, and chili. And how can you prepare it? For a crispy consistency, you can sauté it, grill it, or bake it. Start with classic tofu, squeeze out the water inside, and marinate it for an hour before cooking. If you've never used tofu before, this helps it absorb all the delicious flavors. Then put it in a salad, curry, stir-fried vegetables, or even a wrap. It can be mixed into a sauce on the stove or baked until crispy. It's incredibly versatile. Silken tofu is a softer option when it comes to tofu. Its creamy consistency makes it a great addition to soups, smoothies, and even dairy-free desserts. In fact, you can include tofu in sauces, dips, or puddings, and still benefit from its protein and anti-inflammatory properties without even noticing it's there. In some recipes, tofu can even replace cream to reduce saturated fats while still contributing nutrients. The best part? Tofu is readily available and reasonably priced. You don't need to spend a lot of money or shop at an expensive health food store. Tofu is available in varieties in supermarkets, from silken to very firm, and once you learn to use it, it becomes a staple in your weekly meals. Additionally, unopened tofu keeps well on the shelf for a long time, making it incredibly useful to have on hand for last-minute dinners. So how often should you consume tofu? Start by including soy in your diet a few times a week. If it goes well for you and you don't have allergies, combine it with other foods that reduce inflammation, such as leafy green vegetables, turmeric, or whole grains like quinoa and brown rice. You're providing your body with a wide range of healing nutrients, including omega-3s, calcium, and protein, and you're doing it in a way that's good for your joints, digestive system, and wallet. In the end, arthritis can seem too much to handle. The exasperation of not being able to do what you did before, the persistent pains, and the stiffness that slows you down. However, small adjustments, like including tofu in your meals, can have a significant impact. It's not about being perfect, but about making progress. It's about making food choices that support your body, decrease discomfort, and give you a sense of control. And one of those foods, despite its modest appearance, is tofu. Try tofu regardless of how long you've been following a plant-based diet. Try it, customize it, because the best medicine isn't always found in a bottle. You have it in your kitchen, and one of the best-kept secrets for alleviating arthritis is tofu. So let's do a quick summary. Keep these 3 plant proteins in mind if you have arthritis: chickpeas, tofu, and lentils. They're rich in nutrients that naturally improve your mood, protect your joints, and reduce inflammation. Expensive supplements and complex meal plans aren't necessary. They're common items that nourish your body from within. See how your joints feel this week by including one of these in your meals. Small changes can have a big impact. Please click the like button if you found this video helpful. The channel benefits greatly from it. To ensure you don't miss other videos, remember to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Leave a comment below with your feedback. I'd love to know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the future.